everybody. How are you? How are you? Did you have a great weekend? Good start to the week here. And of course, we're on that pre-Halloween weekend, aren't we? We're just eking our way towards the weekend. We can celebrate Halloween with all spookiness, spooky stories and pumpkins and lots of fun. Holiday time, that's what it is. So I'm Eleanor Grace, and I'm here now to talk to you about some clairvoyance and also some spirit messages, what happens when we pass over, and hopefully get some evidence of those loved ones in spirit. I'm a natural clairvoyant medium, and I'm from here, London, in the United Kingdom, and speaking to you across the pond. So I am looking forward to my callers here today. And I know that it's afternoon over there in the States. Here in London, it is 7 o'clock in the evening. I know in Sydney, Australia, it is very, very early in the morning. So hello to you all. And I hope that we're going to have a great show. Now, I've got my teaching tarot cards here today. These are massive, they're really, really big tarot cards. You can see them here on the other side. Oh, let's turn them the right way up, shall we? That would be a good start, wouldn't it? So there we have all of the various different cards. Now, when I'm doing a reading, I will randomly pick one or two cards, connect with you, and then we'll see what happens from there. So those are my cards, which I'll be using here this evening here in the UK. I'll just get my crystal ball. Which one is it? It's this one. Okay, let's have a look at this crystal ball. This one's fabulous. It's my quartz crystal. And I use this crystal ball just with a little bit of illuminated light there so you can see it. It can shine out and you can see the aquamarine colors that are right in the center of the quartz. This is rock quartz crystal. And it's very healing, this energy is. And it uplifts us all and gives us a better rendition of those psychic connections that we want to make this evening. It enhances the psychic ability, allows me to have a look through the ball, through the crystal ball, and in and out the other end. That's how it works, so that we can look at some of the images that are there through psychic eyes, through those illuminated psychic elements that we have in our third eye. And I'll be looking for things like hearts or flowers. I'll also be looking for universal symbols, which are very important when we're doing a reading. And those symbols will be maybe a ring, perhaps a rainbow, a variety of different elements that we're looking for. And I've got Ginger, who is here, I think, in Belmont. Is that North Carolina? See, I'm learning. I'm getting to know my way around the United States of America. So, hello, Ginger. Are you there on the line?
Yes, I am, Eleanor. It's good to meet you.
Hello, and you too. Okay, I'm just connecting through to you here and looking into the crystal. I don't know if you've got your viewing correct there, but I'm looking at the rock crystal right now, and it's shining out this sort of very light indigo color that I've got here, which really takes me to you as an holistic element. So I want to combine with you all of those elements of mind, body, and spirit. So I'm looking at you as a whole here, as a whole person, and really connecting to your spirit, your soul. And I feel that you're walking this earth as though you're a little bit illuminated, that you've got light feet, that, wherever you go, wherever you wander to, it seems to touch other people, that you have quite a strong impact on other people. You gather people to you here, Ginger, and you also allow others to share in that very great big soul of yours. So I'm seeing a person in my crystal here that is really magnanimous, very generous in your heart, in your soul, and you really do like people a lot. You like to help people. You want to share good news as well. So I think that you're very benevolent as a person. Other people will be celebrating you really quite soon. I do have a soul who's passed in spirit very recently. I've got the initial of A that I'm seeing in your crystal. I want to guide you to January being an important month, also March being an important month for you next year. I've got you jumping over obstacles and jumping over hurdles that seem to be in your path. You're taking that very, very easily. And I also have a son here that you're thinking about a lot. So, Ginger, let's have a look at a few of those elements. Does the initial A mean anything to you at the moment? Let's ask that first.
No, it does not.
Okay. And okay, that's all right, because it's probably somebody that you're going to meet. I think we had that last week to Sharon, and I was talking to her, and she's actually had a reading since then. And, lots of the things that I said to her were really, really accurate, but she'd only just discovered some of the elements. That's how it works. It will work its way through. And this soul that I have here who has passed into spirit, I feel that there's somebody who's watching over you all the time. But it seems to be recent. Does that mean anything to you, Ginger?
What does it seem to be?
Somebody who's recently passed over, somebody who's recently passed into spirit, who's died, who there has been this sense of them looking over you. Has that happened recently?
Yes, in the past 2 and 3 years.
Okay. Very special connection that I feel you had with this soul here, and this sort of watching over you. It's a bit, I feel as though it's like a Peter Pan. That's the story that I want to go to. It's a bit like, you wanting to live for forever and being told, well, yes, you can, and you are, because you're being watched over for forever. And you've got this massive, massive heart, and lots of people like you and love you and want to share a great deal of time with you. Do you realize that? Is that something that you're aware of at all? Yeah? Yeah.
Yes, but I'm trying to figure out if it's my grandmother or my grandfather who passed.
Oh, it will be your grandmother. It's a female who's here, very powerfully, very strongly. She wants to comb your hair. Did she do that? Did she plait your hair? Comb your, yeah?
Well, she loved to plait my hair, and that's what she called it too, was plaiting.
Yeah, that's what she's showing me. So I think she wants to do that again. She's going to keep on doing it as well. She's a lovely lady. So are you. And I feel that spirit, that heart has been passed down. Now, do you have a boy? Do you have a son?
Yes.
Okay, because it's him that I want to go to, really. And I feel that your grandmother does as well. It's interesting, this initial A. It may not be around a person, it may be around a place or the street name, all right? So I'll just give you that. I also...
Yeah, I think that means Anderson. He's in Anderson, South Carolina. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm not from the States, as you may have guessed. So I have no clue what is where or where you are. So it's no disrespect. I'm just, I've only ever been once to Disney, and that's it. The information that I'm passing to you is from spirit. It's not from me. So I'm just letting that go through me, and hopefully it's going to land with you, which it has done. So that's the initial A. And now with your son, I want to give these dates that are coming up, January and then March. So it seems that they're special times for him, and times that he will achieve something. He will really be able to push forward and really be able to understand where his destiny really is. And that may sound like a silly thing to say, but I just think there's breakthroughs then for him, and that he's going to start 2022 very, very differently to how everything began perhaps in 21, so a year on, and his luck has changed. He feels abundant with possibilities and prospects for himself. So he's clever, isn't he? As a clever person, I feel he's got intelligence, he's got strength in his mind, in his heart as well. So I see him being like a lion, lots of courage.
He is, but we have an estranged relationship because of a woman in his life.
Okay, often the case. Don't worry about that. That will fade and he returns to you. It's often the way that the younger woman wants the man, wants your son, replaces that energy for a while, but not for forever. Never for forever.
It's been 8 years now.
Okay. Well, there's a new start at the beginning of the year. And this is what your grandmother is bringing to you very powerfully. So just remember January, March, those 2 months. Is there a birthday then, or an anniversary or something that you would recognize? Okay, well, it must be your son then. That's what she's saying. That's when I feel you all begin again, and it will be because of something that's happened. A lot of time has passed, water under the bridge, time to repair and renew. But the message here today from your grandmother is about your son, letting you know that she's watching over you. Remember that Peter Pan, that, she's giving you that forever story, really, and letting you know that really you shouldn't worry. Try to think about you, not so much about your son and his journey, his pathway, because he's young, immature, but he will come around. Yeah, he's coming around again, coming back towards you. And I feel there's a bridge that's being made that is perfect for him to cross over. So I'm going to wish you well, very well with that, Ginger. And
thank you.
Best of luck for 2022, and lovely to read.
Thank you very much.
That's my pleasure. Do I have Tracy on the line?
Hi, how are you?
I'm really well. I'm getting confused with my geography here, Tracy, but how are you? You enjoying your day so far in, where are you from?
I'm from Ohio in the United States.
Yes, I know you're in the States. I don't know which state is which. Do forgive me.
Yes, I'm in
Eleanor.
Ohio.
Okay, all right. Brilliant. Well, I'm Eleanor and I'm in London here, United Kingdom. So let's have a look at you, Tracy. I think I might take a few cards. We haven't looked at the cards yet. I've been looking at the crystal, but I think the crystal for you as well is really quite fascinating. And I think sort of really quite lucky. So let's have a look at some of these cards. Let's see what we've got here. We've got this one, which is you here, Tracy, riding high with success. I love this card. It is all about making an awful lot of movement going forward in your career. It's about work and harmony within your occupation, with what occupies you every day. I think you do quite a lot, don't you? It's not just work here. I feel that there's other people, other commitments that you have. You're caring for people. I think the wider community benefits greatly from your service. So I think you're quite big, aren't you, in the community there where you are in Ohio. Is that correct? Is that true? Is that where you are?
Yes.
Okay. I want to go to the initial of M very much. And I think it's a Margaret or Maggie. Do you know that name? Do you know Margaret? Do you know who she is?
Mm-hmm.
Do you or not?
What was the name again? I apologize.
It's all right. It's Margaret or Beth or Meg. It's that sort of name. I've got a Meg, a Maggie, or Margaret. Who is that? Do you know?
I'm trying to think because I have a jokingly nickname for my sister. I call her Margaret.
Yeah.
But I have a niece named Meg.
Right. That's two. We're doing well. That's two.
I'm trying to, that's the only ones I can really think of, to be honest.
All right. So your sister, her name, your joke name for her is Margaret, yeah, and your cousin is Meg. Is that right?
Right.
Okay, all right. Well, here you are. This is the beginning of the tarot. It's a lovely picture, and it's you having an absolute ball. Lots of fun that's coming through here, and you've got some truth coming out. Whenever you've got justice here, the justice card, we've got the truth coming out. We've got some really, really positive elements that are going to come to the fore in your life. Now, these are going to be connected to your sister and your cousin because they are the two names that I've mentioned here for you, Tracy. And this is coming from somebody here in spirit. I'm going to give you another couple of names. Sue or Susie is there. That's coming straight in from somewhere out there in the universe. So I'm going to give you that. But there is a very, very gentle person. There's two men behind your bench. I always look at where you're sitting and I see you on a bench looking out to sea. It's a lovely, lovely scene. So there must be water near you, or you're going to be near water very soon. And when you go on that journey, when you are taking that time out to be sitting peacefully in your sort of lovely free time, there will be two spirits standing behind you who are male, and these are in your family. They're ancestors in your family, your father or your brother or uncle. I feel that there's two of those individuals there, and there's a lovely lady, really beautiful person, and a person who also was at a cross with you. So there's been some arguments in your family. There's been people that you've fallen out with, people that you've wanted to reconnect with. But I do feel as well here, Tracy, that, very, very little of this has been your fault or really at your door. And I'm sure that you're going to agree with me there. Is that what's happened? Have you found that you're just sort of witnessing all of this going around you? Because I've got a flurry of energy and a flurry of difficulty, and perhaps you're just standing there trying to watch it all and saying, well, what on earth's going on here? I'm seeing all of this going all around me, and you don't want to see all these difficulties. However, you're going to be contacted really quite soon. I think this is from your mother. She is in spirit, isn't she? Your mother. She has passed over.
Yes.
Yeah, she's very much with you all the time. She comes to visit you. She'll come and sit next to you in a car. What was it about a car? Did she not want you to drive, or could she not drive? Is she worried about driving?
She can't drive.
Right,
she has dementia.
Okay. It just seems as though she's with you sort of all the time there, and is sort of wanting to keep you safe. It's a silly thing because you are safe. There's nothing wrong here. I think you're just fed up with all of the gossip and the arguments and the stress that has caused you. Now, there will be some conversations that you've got to have with your sister, Margaret, the one you call Margaret, and that's why I've got her name. She's going to come very prominently into your life in the next couple of weeks, I would think. And also your cousin, Meg, she's going to be a part of that as well. Who is Sue or Susie? Do you know who she is at the moment?
Yes, I do. That's my sister that I gave the nickname Margaret to.
I see. So we first of all had the nickname Margaret, and now I've been told, well, her actual name is Susie. Yeah? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's amazing, isn't it? That's amazing.
I know, that's so crazy. That's why I'm just really quiet, like, wow.
Yeah, well, that's what clairvoyance is. And also those messages through from spirit. And I've never met you before. I don't know who you are, but it's lovely to speak to you and also to pass that on. So what you've got to, I suppose, gain from that is saying, all right, what conversations do I have to have with my sister Susie that I call Margaret? And what is that going to do with regard to Meg? So those are the puzzles, really, aren't they? That's how how you've got to think about this, because the family dilemma that you have is powerful. It is. It's a really powerful one. And I think you're at the center of it. And I think that this is what your task now is, because you're so generous in your nature, in your personality. People like you. So I think your role here, Tracy, is to sort of be the peacemaker and the one that actually leads the way for other people to follow, because you're great in the community as well. So other people do that too. Let's just see here in the crystal, shine this crystal a little brighter. So we've got that aquamarine coming in as well. It's lovely shade and a very powerful color, because it's those rainbow colors, and we've got those twinkles, the inclusions that are in the crystal. And this is also saying to you, don't be concerned or worried at all about the events that are coming in, because I think that you are just bringing the whole family members together. I think you are reflecting and remembering these two males. I think it's your dad and a brother who are in spirit, who are looking down. They have passed over. They are now in a different place to us. They're not alive. And I see them wanting to sort of celebrate with you and give you a congratulations, a really, really big pat on the back to say, you know, you've done a great job, done a great job. I do feel that there's a child here in spirit as well, and I do want to give this to you, Tracy, because it's like a little Cupid that I'm being given here. Was this sadly a child that you lost? Was there a child that you lost?
A child that I lost?
Yeah. Did you have a miscarriage, or was there a...
Yeah? Yeah, I had her 25 years ago. She was born too early. She lived for 6 hours, but she passed on.
Yeah. She's now a little Cupid. She's beautiful, beautiful child, and you know that. And she's always with you, always with you. I feel she's a protective source. She would never have lived a quality of life. You know that. There's no sadness to have here, and you're being protected. You had the amazing job of bringing a life into the world. But I do feel that this has been such a sad loss for you, and rewards have been in your lifetime as well, for that reason, that you've been given other things. I know that it never compensates, but I just am being told, don't be worrying. Forgive yourself. Do not blame yourself, because there is this little girl who's flying around as a Cupid for you, and a guiding light as well. Always a guiding light, and you'll meet again. You have that. You will meet again. Tracy, I'm going to just take a couple of cards here now, because we want to get back into your life as well as what's happening in spirit. And just before we close the show, Knight of Cups. So you're going to be offered something here, Tracy. There's either an olive branch that's coming. I think it's between the sister, the cousin, the different names. There's something that is a peacemaker. You can do that. You can bring the peace into the family. And that's what you will do. You will do that without a doubt. Your other prospect here is to negotiate. Now, this is the Devil card, which a lot of people don't like, but actually in the tarot, what it means is for you to be diplomatic, to negotiate, to be the go-between. So you're the one that's pulling the strings, really, and you're the one that is making everybody happy. Let's just have another look at that card.
Right. And it's very overwhelming.
I think it is. It's a hard job for you, but what you're being given here today from spirit, from your loved ones that have been passed over, is that we're not given a task that's too difficult for us. And this is not too difficult for you. You can do it. You can do it absolutely, because you have the skills and you have the temperament, and you also have the big personality to carry it off. Just that little edge of confidence is what I want to give you. Let's take a card on that. Let's see what, King of Swords. So this is the man by your side. You married, you have that man by your side.
Mm-hmm.
He will give you some strength. You don't really need it, but, he's there just giving you that nudge. And I think as well that you need to take some strength and courage that your health is actually going to be pretty good, a lot better than you expect. You will see a doctor. It will be okay. I'm going to leave you there with that, Tracy, and wish you all the best. And lovely to speak to you. So I'll see you again very soon. Do come through as well. All of my callers, like Sharon did last week, you can book directly with me. Just be careful of the time difference between United States and the UK. Lots of you get that mixed up. But if you just send me a message on gracedestiny.com, that's my website, or Facebook, Eleanor Grace, Psychic Evenings, I'll get it and I'll get back to you. So I'm going to see you again very soon. And bye from me, Eleanor Grace, in London, UK. Bye-bye.